Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus here again. Today I completed a video to the Christian community advising them of the lies that have been told and are constantly told from the beginning of the establishment of this nation until this present day. And that all of those wonderful things that we as a people want and people who sought office promised they were going to give us have always been denied, and they will continue to be denied until the right process is put in place. And that process is to change the system from the way it is, where people come up and tell us what they're going to do for us if we trust them, and change it to what we want done by telling them through a job description, and then giving them a chance to prove that they are worthy to be trusted. So, tonight, the first night of the Democratic convention, the National Convention, we had some great speakers, I would say. Michelle Obama, the one that impressed me the most. She was so articulate and so beautiful. And she told us what we hoped for. Not reality, but what we hoped for. And then there was another lady from Harvard. I can't think of her name right now. Elizabeth. And she spoke eloquently as well. Not as eloquent as Miss Obama, but she spoke to the cause, she spoke to the point, and attacked old Trump. And all of the things she said were consistent with what everybody else is going to be saying. The truth of the matter is, it was just talk. Let me tell you what kind of talk it was. Al Franken from Minnesota, a comedian and a member of the Senate, was up making a few jokes, killing time, and he brought up another lady who's a comedian. I'm not going to mention her name. And they were supposed to stretch out some time. And the Bernie Sanders people were getting a little upset, and she had the audacity, the boldness to call out to them and say something negative to them. Well, see, that's what I'm trying to bring to your attention. Everything was going smooth, but in the hearts of this woman, and what she did was representative in so many people, but they held theirs under control. She couldn't, and this is what's going on. So then Bernie comes out. Bernie articulates everything that he said in the campaign. Now he wants the people that supported him to believe that he has gone in, talked to the Democratic committee, and they have come with rules and regulations and platforms that will protect that which was so important to Bernie, that this is going to be a revolution. Sad, sad, sad. This is not going to be a revolution. This is going to be a passing on of the baton to keep the things going the way that they've always been going, because that's the way it is. Now, I wrote this sign I'm going to start carrying about, and it says, "Politics exposes Christians as servants of evil." And why do I say that? Because everybody thinks that if you're a Republican, the Democrats are just evil. If you're a Democrat, the Republicans are just evil. And on both sides, you got as many Christians sitting over there with them as non-Christians. And I don't believe anywhere you found a place where God was sanctioning evil. In fact, he said, "Come out from amongst them." And if you're ever going to get this country straight, the hope is that what God has said to you is so real to you that you can be used and turned into an instrument of love for God, which is love for everybody on the face of the earth. Now, that stuff they talk about on TV is nothing but a bunch of junk. I said, I offer a solution. See me, Eddie Marcus. Now, is anybody going to see me? Probably not. Why? Because people are not concerned about the truth. People will buy a lie in a minute. I say to you, and you go to church and these people tell you that God is the answer. They don't prove it, because they just talk about it. And you say you accept it. But you don't prove it because you go on with your life the same way you go on with it every day. Just going to church, sing your song, play your tithes, buy your books, get your money, and you think that you done bought your way into heaven. It ain't so. Ladies and gentlemen, the way to fix this nation is for those people who say they know God, is to come out from amongst the Republicans and Democrats as one of them, Republican and Democrat, but one of them as brothers and sisters, and stand up for what will benefit every individual, food, clothing, shelter, education, and careers of their choosing, that all these things are met. I'm not going to go into that because if you watch any of my videos, I explain that very good, very well. I just want you to know that that stuff that you heard on TV tonight, the first night of the Democratic National Convention, was nothing but talk. And what you're going to hear tomorrow night from Bill Clinton and whoever speak, it will be just talk. And what you will hear from Miss Clinton when her time comes around will be just talk. I'm 66 years old. I've heard talk ever since Eisenhower. Talk, talk, talk. And every time, whether Republican or Democrat, they're going to fix this. Just like the Republicans say we're going to go into Iraq and they're going to receive us. Well, that was a big lie, amongst a whole bunch of lies. Killing part about it is that the lies that were told to us were kept in our faces until 12 years later, when the Freedom of Information Act allowed that stuff to come out, and now we're seeing what was really going on, at least part of what was really going on, and we're not hearing one thing from the major media. It's closed out. Ooh, ears closed, mouth shut. Don't say a thing. So that means they don't care about you, the people. They are lying to you. You don't know anything about it. You can't ask any question about it. You don't even know what to ask. So you're just going along as if everything is rosy. Things are not rosy, ladies and gentlemen. Evil dominates America. Evil dominates the world. And if I'm asking you, if you're a child of God, you cannot be sitting over there with those people who don't honor God. When I say honor God, they think they honor God. I'm talking about being righteous. You know, if you look at a black man and a white man, the white man is a white man, the black man is a black man. There's no compromise there. They're both men, but one is white, one is black. When you talk about right and wrong, there's no compromise between what's right and wrong. The moment that right compromises itself and let down itself to receive and give some credibility to wrong, it is not representative of God. Righteousness is always righteousness. You cannot compromise righteousness. And anybody that wants you to compromise righteousness needs to sit up and watch you love them. Don't fight them. Don't be trying to hurt them, but love them so they can see the difference between righteousness and the junk that they're talking about. Well, I don't want to hold you any longer because I would start repeating myself. The ways and means that I mentioned about how God has set this country up, how He set this world up and provided that all people can be living as though they're in paradise or in heaven. I've explained that to you over and over again. But right now, I want you to know, politics let us know that if you're over on the Republican side, you're over on the Democratic side, you're not on God's side. Now, I know you hear me say that. You're going to stay a Republican. You're going to stay a Democrat. And a few years from now, you're going to be complaining about how things didn't work out, and you're going to have some more politicians coming to tell you a whole bunch of lies based upon what you want to hear. They ain't going to do nothing. And they don't have to do anything because you don't require them to do anything. You are just acting like a human being, but you're not. You don't care about folks because you haven't been trained to care. Now, I'm not trying to knock you. I just want you to know who you are. Know who you are, that you might change. That you might. Well, having said that, I think I'll wrap this up right now, and I'm not sure whether I'm leaving anything out. If I am, I'll probably do this tape again tomorrow before I post it. But in the meanwhile, this is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people. Somebody might ask the question, well, if we come out from under Republicans and Democrats, what are we going to do? Well, I have said to you a couple of things you can do. When you go to those polls to vote, you can either, when they ask for president, either write in God or write in your own name. Write in your own name saying that your mind has changed, that's what it means, and that you stand with God. And while one of the Republican or Democrat will still get the office, but we, the people of God, will know that we have arrived. And we can dictate how things are going to be in this country because we got the power of right on our side. And we don't have to be afraid of anything. Why? Because we are lovers. We don't want to hurt anybody. We just want the whole world to rejoice, live in peace, and be prosperous and joyous. That's what I'm asking. That's what God is asking. The God that I talk to you about, I'm not talking about a God that says you can be a Republican or Democrat and niggers over there hungry, white folks that are hungry, people trying to get out of other countries and cross borders because they've been treated so bad, and to hell with them. I'm not talking about a God like that. I'm talking about a God that has solutions for that, who have already made that those things will never exist, and is drawing the know-how out of people that have learned God's love. Till next time, Eddie Marcus say, bye-bye.